All children are entitled to care and protection. Some children require the government to actively step in if they are in a situation of risk or vulnerability. Section 2, subclause 14 of the JJ Act lists 12 different scenarios which explain who is a child in need of care and protection. It broadly includes children who are victims of crime or are at risk of crime, children without a safe home and means of living, or children in difficult circumstances, etc. For example, a child rescued from trafficking or working in a hazardous occupation. Do take time to read and understand this legal provision in detail. A CNCP has to be brought before the CWC, an authority which passes legally binding orders related to care, protection, treatment, development, rehabilitation, and social reintegration of such children. These orders have far-reaching consequences for the child and the child's family and cannot be easily changed. To be able to make sound decisions and advance children's rehabilitation, the CWC needs vital information about the child and the child's family's strengths, history, circumstances, and vulnerabilities. The SIR needs to provide a comprehensive analysis of relevant factors along with concrete recommendations. Let's take Anwar, a 9-year-old boy rescued from a brick kiln in Bhagalpur and brought before the CWC. His father died during COVID, which compelled him to work in another district. On the same day, 11-year-old Srija is brought before the CWC as she was being sexually abused by her father. Her mother was alerted by her teacher, to whom Srija had disclosed the abuse. An FIR was filed. Both children were placed in a CCI. Soon their mothers arrive at the CWC and request that their children be handed over to them, giving assurances that they will take the necessary steps to keep them safe. Should the CWC hand the children back to them or continue to keep them in the CCI? Are there any other alternatives? What other needs do the children have that the government must respond to? This is where the SIR that is to be prepared in Form 22 under the JJ Model Amendment Rules 2022 comes in. The CWC can order probation officers, caseworkers, child welfare officers, or NGOs to prepare the SIR and submit it within 15 days. The SIR must provide information pertaining to the profile of the child and the child's family, and details of the child's circumstances, vulnerabilities, the psycho-socio-economic, health and educational needs of the child, and recommendations for intervention. The focus must remain on the child. SIRs are not meant to collect evidence regarding any offense against the child. An SIR aids the CWC in effectively deciding whether Srija and Anwar would be safe in the care of their mothers or should continue in a CCI or be placed in the care of any other fit person or in foster care, and whether they require financial support. Why is the SIR important? Just like a doctor needs assessments such as an X-ray report and blood tests in order to diagnose whether a wounded patient needs only a plaster or surgery or perhaps no intervention at all, in Srija's case, there may be pressure on the CWC to keep her in the CCI as they are worried that she may be influenced to compromise the matter in an ongoing criminal case. However, it may be in Srija's interest to be restored to her mother. A well-prepared SIR could bring to light that Srija has a strong bond with her outraged mother and siblings. She is also autistic and will have trouble adjusting in the CCI. Specialized support may also not be available. Her maternal aunt lives close by and is willing to provide shelter in case her father is released on bail. Srija also loves going to school, and handing her back to her family will help ensure that her education is not disrupted. Recommendations to the CWC could focus on whether or not Srija could be restored to her mother's custody and include assigning a support person under the POCSO Act and ensuring access to free legal aid and special relief as a victim of child sexual abuse. The SIR could provide the CWC with necessary facts while highlighting the fundamental principles of institutionalization as a measure of last resort, best interest, and family responsibility. It makes an important contribution to the ICP that must be prepared and attached with the CWC's final order. In Anwar's case, The SIR could reveal that the family is struggling to meet basic needs and that he has been pushed out of school due to learning difficulties and economic pressures on the family after his father's death. Anwar may be interested in returning to school, but his mother may not be able to afford it. Recommendations could include sponsorship, connecting Anwar's family to state and central schemes, and readmission to a school with regular follow up. Every child's situation is unique. Even when two children face the same type of vulnerability, such as child labor, sexual abuse, or abandonment, the risks they face, their needs, available resources, strengths, and aspirations can differ greatly. The SIR therefore serves as an important means to enable the CWC to consider each child as a unique individual with whom they must interact more closely and arrive at orders tailored to the child's specific needs and vulnerabilities in the short run as well as for the long term.